Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about competitive game mode in Valorant, which I started playing yesterday. Now, the competitive mode is different from the unrated one because there are ranks and you play against other people at your own level, and of course if you perform well and your team also wins, you rank up. Now, the rank mode brought out many new things that I haven't experienced or came across in the unrated one. One of the important things for me was seeing that in many cases I need to take initiative and I need to kind of lead the team. Usually I'm kind of passive. If somebody knows what they are doing, I just follow them. Usually you have kind of this person, people who are really know what they are doing and try to kind of lead the team. Sometimes it's all kind of we do this together, discussion about different tactics. But when I played yesterday, I found myself playing with many teams that either no one actually talked or only a few talked. And you can see when they play that nobody has idea what to do. And this is actually like in real life, that's why you have people who actually manage things, lead things, because if you put a few people in a certain position, you can see that if there's no somebody who kind of order things, it's going to be a mess. Now, because I'm a new player and I'm not kind of I told you, an average player, it doesn't mean that I can't understand, some of the moves of the enemies and try to give some tips on how we can actually change the strategy in order to win matches. So in many matches yesterday, I found myself just telling the team what to do, and they actually followed. And for example, there was time where we tried to attack A, and it was a strong resistance. And many actually continue fighting, but I told them, come on guys, let's quickly move from the back and rush to B and plant in there. And I told one to go through the middle to catch those who are actually trying to pass from A to B and try to eliminate them or just postpone them. So they think we are actually in A, or just give us more time together. So this quick changes in strategy requires communication, and you need to do it really fast. If you do it slow, you find yourself that the enemy can quickly go and just from side to side because the map is relatively small. But if you do it fast, you can see that you have a lot of time actually, but you need to communicate and do it fast. Other strategy like giving one person hold a spike to go alone in a certain location while we attack and get the attention of the enemy in a certain location was actually working really well at some points. Sometimes we just told one person to make large noise and maybe throw a few utilities in order to make the enemies from the center go to the to a center location, and then our team can attack from the middle and conquer A location, while the other are focusing actually in B. Now, if I haven't taken this initiative and kind of led the group at some of these matches, we would perform much worse. And I already saw it. People just dying all over the place. Some people went to the A, some B, some... They have no idea what they are doing. Of course, there are matches where the other people actually were leading the match, and many people actually knew what they are saying, and they're kind of very vocal in terms of what they want to achieve, and of course everything was fine, and we tried it. It doesn't mean we succeeded all the time, of course, and you learn from the mistakes, and I made quite a lot of mistakes, and of course I learned for each one and one of them. So this is something very important that I learned. Instead of being passive, just watching your team, in some cases, not doing really anything and understanding what they should do, or not cooperating or communicating, even if they don't have voice communication, you can actually tell them what to do, and they might be listening and actually do what you say. So this is the first thing. Now, when I played rank mode, I've noticed that more people are actually participating in voice communication, in team communication, and this is very important because it's very hard to actually build strategies and make dynamic changes in real time really fast if you don't communicate in voice. And just typing something in the comment section, it's not a good idea because you need to concentrate on what's happening in the battlefield. And if you move your eyes down, you might get shot. You know, maybe it happened to you if you look in the minimap for too long. Maybe an enemy surprised you. So the same thing. You need to concentrate, and if you have voice, you can continue concentrate visually on what's happening on the screen, but still hear what other people in your team are actually saying. Another thing that I notice is that people are less toxic. You can still find toxic people, of course, but when you play ranked, you know that you can be toxic whatever you like, but eventually, if you continue like that, maybe you're going to lose the match. So if you don't care, you don't care. But if you care, you're going to think twice before you're actually starting to being toxic during the match, and actually find people understanding this, probably people with more experience, understanding there's no benefit in being toxic at all. And if they want to win, they need to kind of relax their tone. Now, I don't know what the punishment for leaving matches, but I think it won't be worthwhile, and if it's not now, it will be probably implemented when the game is officially released. But usually in competitive games, you probably know this for mobile games. If you leave, you're going to probably get punished, and if you repeat this many times, it's probably going to cost you. So if you want to do things like rage quit or act in a way that's inappropriate, you should know that it won't be worth for you to do it. And I think that in Valorant, we'll see this much less, happening much less, especially in the competitive game mode, because it just isn't worthwhile doing it. Simply as that. Well, unless you want to stay in your rank at the bottom and just be frustrated with your gameplay and not enjoying the game, I mean, it's up to you. You can do this, but again, you won't get anything from this. You rather just uninstall the game and find another game to play. Another thing that I've noticed is that when I win matches, it feels more rewarding. It's very satisfying that you know that if you win, there's a chance you can actually rank up compared to an unrated one. This same goes with other competitive games. It's not something new. But the thing in this game that because it's challenging and the matches are long, when you win one, especially know that you can rank up, when you win matches, it's really, really satisfying. Another important thing is that I find myself need to give constructive criticism to players, that I can clearly see that I'm making mistakes, and also hear what other people say about my gameplay when I made a mistake or when they think that I made a mistake. Sometimes it's so clear, and I see people just, for example, when we just to hide in close angles and let the enemy rush in because they need to plant, some people just rush forward. For whatever reason, they thought that this is a good idea. They just rush forward, and of course the enemy is waiting for them and just take them down. And then they are outnumbered, and then eventually we lose in many cases. And the thing is that some people do this repeatedly. Some people just don't learn from their mistakes, and maybe this is kind of the way they're used to play, or maybe just don't care. Whatever the reason, it's important to just say it so they are aware of it, and if they care, they should probably change the way they're actually playing. Now, ranking up, and I know this from Overwatch, can be a chore. And the thing is this, I heard it from other players while playing. They were in bronze. I'm actually in iron, the lowest one, before bronze. So there are 3 ranks. So I'm in the 3rd one before going up to bronze. So they told me that they were in the 3rd one, dropped to the 2nd one, and then back to the 3rd one. So it can be very frustrating to players. So you can't just go up and up. You eventually, if you underperform or your team underperform, you lose matches, or you just get killed by many enemies at around your rank, you eventually will just drop down in rank. Now, the way to deal with this is just, instead of playing with random people, is play with a team which you can play constantly. Of course, there are many people who won't do this, and they count on random players to perform well in their match. And as I said, I know this from Overwatch, and I'm just afraid it will be the same, where they just stack it maybe like bronze, and I won't be able to climb from it. And in terms of the way that I actually find time to play, I don't think I'll find a group that can play with me for this time period. But if I come across people who want to play with me, and in terms of time schedules they're the same, of course I'm going to do that.
30 seconds left.
That being said, I think there could be something to improve on that. Now, I know, like CSGO, it doesn't mean that people won't enjoy it and the game won't be popular, and But the thing is that maybe if we introduce kind of mini tournaments, like weekly ones, something that is as more like a short-term goal, and people can actually get rewarded for this in a different way, I think this can be really good. Again, it's not replacing the current ranking, but it just gives more casual players a way to feel kind of rewarded for if they put relatively kind of a strong effort, but in relatively short time. Anyway, it's an idea, and I think it would be good for this game because many people play with random people, not with a team. So hopefully Riot will come up with something. Maybe, I don't know, just an idea. Of course, I have nothing against the current ranking system, in the way that, of course, if you're not improving your skills and becoming a better player, you shouldn't be ranked up, right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, still, this ranking system encourages you to become a better player and be more consistent in your gameplay, aim better, find different strategies, understanding your enemy strategies and counter them, and also communicate with voice, etc. If you don't do this, you're probably going to find yourself ranking down and up and out and down and up and down all the time. By the way, regarding the visuals of the ranking, I think they're so underwhelming. I mean, many people won't care about this, I think, but they're just looks pretty bad in my opinion. You know, and I actually felt that when you rank up, instead of this icon and the three little green arrows when you rank up, this just looks so underwhelming, and this is something that should improve. Come on, you rank up at least. When I rank up, really nothing special happened. This icon change, I didn't even notice. I didn't notice it. So make it more, you know, come on, we're ranking up. I work hard to rank up. Make something more impressive visually, at least. I don't know. It just felt kind of not that interesting and important when you rank up in terms of how the game actually visually displays it. Now in Overwatch is so much better, and I also heard some people complaining about some of the visual aspect of the game, the UI. Actually, the UI was improved. It was actually really bad, even for me. Like, if you want to play, you need to go to the sidebar to press the play button. Anyway, there are things to be improved in regarding the presentation, no doubt about it, and I think this will be improved. This will be improved. I'm very certain this will be improved in future updates. So overall, the first impressions are good, and of course there are things to be improved, and I hope they will be improved in future updates. That being said, the gameplay itself is very satisfying, very addictive. I really enjoy playing. When I log in at night, I usually play at night. When I log in, I really enjoy, first of all, the gameplay experience. It's really fun. The fact this is a very tactical shooter, that I need actually to think, to understand how the enemy is actually also thinking. The other thing is finding a game where people actually want to communicate online. One of the reasons I enjoy actually ranking up in Overwatch, because in the lower ranks, not many people communicate, but when you go up, rank up, more people actually communicate in voice, and I actually really enjoy this. This is probably one of the fun, being able to communicate with other people from all around the world and play together, although you don't know them. If you play with random people, still lots of fun. And once you add the intensity of you know, the something on the line here in the ranked mode, you see people more enthusiastic, and this is really fun. Of course, there are the people who always reflect their own negativity toward others and frustrations, but again, there weren't many of those, and I was quite happy to see many people actually being positive and focusing on the mission to win the match, rather than all the other things that are not really important. So this is it, just to leave you with some more gameplay. You can see me playing. All these videos were taken in the closed beta of me playing. I tried a different heroes to see whether I can find something that can actually better match my playstyle. I didn't unlock all of those yet, and of course I'm trying different weapons. Lately I'm going with a ultra rifle because it's a more versatile weapon. But sometimes when I see, depends on the performance of the team and my performance also, and the strategies that we're actually trying to pull out, I change weapons from time to time. 30 seconds left. Just keep in mind that All the footage that you see here is from the closed beta, so things are subject to change and probably will change when the game is finally released. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye everyone, chase.
Start to defuse.
Dying here would be unfortunate. No need for
Drink
this.
everybody.
Defenders win. One enemy remaining.
You fought well. Last enemy taken out.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Flawless.
Here.